And why is it so important to shut off porn every once in a while?
It has to do with your dopamine receptors. So it fries your dopamine receptors when you're just constantly looking at new, novel, exciting pornography. It's like it dulls them, and it's like you need. It's kind of controversial to call it an addiction because technically, I think if you really boil it down, technically you don't call it addictive, you call it habit forming, purely because it's not a substance you're ingesting, because it's like something you're watching. So there's that. So we can. I don't care if we use the
right. You're not going to be like shaking in a corner from porn withdrawals, but you will be probably like annoyed, irritable.
Yeah, I mean, it's the reason it screws you up is because you're bombarding your dopamine receptors with all this like new, novel visuals, right? And just like when you bombard your dopamine receptors through like cocaine use or like sugar use or overconsumption of sugar, right? They start to need more to produce the same effect, right? So that's why guys will start watching porn and then they need to watch like a billion different tabs. They need to watch even more porn. They need to watch even kinkier porn and so on and so on and so on. And it escalates. And so that when they actually finally are with a woman one-on-one, it's not as novel. It's like, oh, this is just one woman. My brain is used to seeing like a dozen women doing all kinds of kinky perverted things.
So does it feel, I mean, in a sense, like as a woman hearing this all, it's like, okay, by the time the guy gets with me, is he finding me boring? Is he, or one woman?
Not necessarily, like not consciously, right? But he like his hard wiring up here kind of is, if he has that problem. If he has that problem.
Right. And men are so mostly so visual.
Yes.
That's why porn is so great for men, because it's just like, it's just very satisfying to them. Whereas like for women are not, I mean, there's a lot of women that love porn, but for like me, I can masturbate to just like my thoughts, like, or music. Like it's so kind of abstract.
A lot of women will read erotic fiction or erotic novels. I used to catch my mother reading the old Mills and Boon
Mills and
Boon novels, and like the ones with Fabio on the cover.
Oh, like like a Danielle Steele or something.
Yeah, and I remember, like, she used to read these all the time. I'm like, what are these things? And then one day I picked one up and started reading it. I was like, you complete pervert, mother!
Yeah.
Like, what is
How many thrusting bosoms do you need, Mom?
Absolute trash.
Oh man!
But that's the difference. That's like one of the fundamental differences between men and women is like that kind of thing will turn women on, and purely the visual will turn men on. Not to say that they can't both enjoy the opposite. Like guys can enjoy erotic fiction and women can enjoy the visual, but for the most part, that is what they prefer, and that's why porn is a multi-billion-dollar industry, because men like that.
And then